Hello students, today we are going to study chapter number 5 of Asses. The name of the chapter is In Search of Peace, Buddha and Mahavira. Let's start the chapter. Children, who is this? Yes, he is Mahatma Gandhi ji. You all must know about Mahatma Gandhi ji. He has fought for our country, for the freedom of our country, without using violence. He has taught universal brotherhood, harmony amongst all. But do you know, before Gandhiji, there were a lot many people also taught us about ahimsa and non-violence. Children, almost 2500 years back in 6th century BC, there were two great social reformers, Swami Mahavira and Gautam Buddha, who taught the same to us, but we forgot everything. So let's travel back and recall the dates of Gautam Buddha in 6th century BC. Let's know more about scriptures and other information sources about Buddhism. Let's start with the sources of information. So, the first source of information is Jatak Tales. Jatak Tales are a work of literature that are about Gautam Buddha's previous births. These births are his lives in which he was human as well as animal forms. Jatak is a Sanskrit word from the verbal root jan, which means to be born. The other sources of information is Tripitaka. There are three Tripitakas: Sukta Pitak, Vinay Pitak and Abhidham Pitak. 550 Jatak stories associated with pre-birth of Buddha. Let's learn about the life of Gautam Buddha. So if we see in the life of Gautam Buddha, there was a kingdom called Kapilvastu. You can see in the map that there was a kingdom called Kapilvastu in the foothills of Himalayas while going towards Nepal. Buddha was born in 566 BC as Siddharth, the prince of Nepal. Buddha's father Shuddhodana was king of Shakyas dynasty and Buddha's mother was named Maya Devi. Maya Devi died 7 days after her son's birth. The child was brought up by Maya Devi's sister Gautami, Mahaprajapati, who was his foster mother. The name Siddharth means wish fulfilled, a one who has accomplished his goal. It was predicated that Siddharth would give up all the worldly pleasure and follow a simple life. From young age, Gautam Buddha was interested in education and knowledge from his guru Alarakalam, who lived next to his dynasty. Shuddhodhan apprehended that his son may become a monk and turn away from the world if he was left to himself. Hence, Siddharth was married off at the age of 16. His wife's name was Yashodhara and he have a son named Rahul. One day he ventured out of the palace and saw suffering, pain and death for the first time. He felt that one day he would also become a prey to old age, disease and death. This experience changed his life. He realized that worldly happiness was transitively means temporary. One day at midnight, Siddharth left the palace, giving up his wife and young son Rahul. That night he took his charioteer Channa and horse Kantha to the banks of the river outside the state. He left his royal attire and gave his jewelry to Channa and ordered him to go to palace. Hence, at the age of 30, he renounced his royal family and became a hermit and left towards the jungle. Buddha spent away many years in the company of saints, and finally one day when he was sitting under the Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, that is in Bihar, present days, he was blessed with a divine light. This was the turning point. He realized that the truth is within every human being. The search outside was pointless. After this, Siddharth was known all over the world as Buddha, the Enlightened One. He was also known by the name of Shakyamuni, which meant an ascetic of Shakya tribe. The awakening was achieved during a night of meditation, which passed through various stages as the illumination that Gautam had slowly built up in his heart. The enlightenment that he got, he forwarded and shared with his other monks. The first preaching are known as Dharma Chakra Parvartan. Gautam Buddha was one of greatest religious teachers that the world has seen. He is the founder of Buddhism, a religion that is popular in Burma, China, Japan, Thailand and other southeastern countries. Let's discuss about the stages of enlightenment. In the first stage, he saw each of his previous existences and then understood the chain of cause and effect. In the second stage, he surveyed the death and rebirth of all living beings and understood the law that governs the cycle of birth and death. In the third stage, he identified the Four Noble Truths: the universality of suffering, the cause of suffering through selfish desire, the solution to suffering, and the way to overcome suffering. This final point is called the Noble Eightfold Path. Let's see more about Noble Eightfold Path. The first is right view, that means Samyak Drishti. Second is right intention, that means Samyak Sankalp. Right view and right intention today provide us wisdom, that is Pragya. Third is right speech, that is Samyak Vachan. Fourth is right action, that is Samyak Karma. Fifth is right livelihood, that is Samyak Jivika, that is virtue of ethical conduct, Shila. Sixth is right effort, that is Samyak Vyaya. Seventh is right mindfulness, that is Samyak Smriti. And the eighth is right concentration, Samyak Samadhi. Together these three make concentration of mental discipline, that is Samadhi. Let's learn about the principle and beliefs of Buddhism. First is denial of God and soul. Buddhism gave importance to karma and denied the existence of God and soul. According to it, if God is there, sorrow would not have been there. Second is opposition to rituals. He opposed rituals performed in Hinduism and the sacrifice of animals in the yagna and believed that non-violence is that highest value. Third is opposition of discrimination of high and low. In those days, Hinduism was divided into 4 varnas: Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. He opposed this Varna system and said that we become great by deeds and not taking birth in a particular family. Hence, he strongly opposed the discrimination between the high and low in the society. Fourth is importance of women. Buddha gave equal importance to both genders, men and women, and believed that nirvana is for both. Lord Buddha preached, we will have to find out the cause of sorrow and the way to escape from it. The desire for sensual enjoyment and clinging to earthly life is the cause of sorrow. If we can eradicate desire, all sorrows and pain are come to an end and we will enjoy nirvana, eternal peace, according to Buddhism. By following the Eightfold Path, one could overcome desires, which are the root cause of grief and misery. Buddha died in 483 BC at the age of 80 years. So children, this was the life of Buddha. In our next video, we will see the life of Mahavir Swami. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Bye bye. Take care.